What's good, y'all? It's your boy Eddie back at it again with another video, man. I came across this question on Twitter, and the question was, what is your biggest regret? And I try not to, I don't really like to say I regret anything, because even though maybe I'm not necessarily where I want to be, I'm happy where I'm at. Right? I have everything that I've prayed and asked for, and so I'm, working on, trying to be appreciative of what I grinded for and what I was given to me by God, and by not just relying on Him, but by also putting in the work as well. So I'm working on, trying to stay in the moment and be happy for what I do have. But with that being said, if I had to pinpoint something, I would say that my biggest regret comes from early on. And it may sound weird and lame, but it was chasing women. Trying to chase women at an early age, I regret that because it set me back so far. It was when I think back, like, it's kind of sad and embarrassing, I guess you can say, just because when I was younger, I think I said this in the last video, like in high school, I was a basketball player. I played basketball. That's the only thing that was on my mind. But you start getting in those teenage years, and all your friends are having girlfriends, and they're telling stories about girls and this and that. And back then, dark skins weren't necessarily typically too favorable. So I wasn't pulling a bunch of girls in high school, and it was kind of fun because I focused on basketball anyway. But you start getting older, and this is kind of like, okay, like, what I'm saying, like, I want a girl, like, you know what I mean, like, I want girls to be like all over me, blah blah blah, whatever, right? Little kid stuff. And I think that kind of, when I started getting older, and I graduated high school, started playing college basketball, I grew, got a little taller, and for some random reason dark skins became popular, and I started getting a lot more attention. And I guess the younger me was still in me. It was like, okay, I have to kind of make up for lost time, right? And instead of focusing on what I need to focus on, whether it's basketball or school or like getting money or whatever the case may be, I put all that energy into, okay, like, how can I get this girl like me? How can I do this? That's literally all I was worried about. And so it came to times where, I met some friends, and we started going out a lot. And I'm going out, and I'm getting all this attention, and I'm like this, like, oh, this is different, right? And so I'm going out y'all, when I'm telling you, I'm going out every day from like Monday through Saturday. Like, that's how bad it was, right? Like, putting all the miles on my car, all this gas I was spending, all this money in the club, like, just to get that feeling of, oh, like, these girls like me, like, they want me, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, when I could have been putting that energy into literally anything else. It was literally times where we had such a long night. I would have work the next morning, and my friends would be like, bro, we're going out again today, bro. Just call off. And I would just wake up, and I would just call off with a sick voice and be like, oh, I won't be able to make it in today, right? I was calling off of work so I could hang out and go out. You know what I mean? Like, that's how bad it was. And you realize that only lasts for so long, right? When you're young and you don't have any responsibility, like, it's fine. Like, you don't have no bills. Like, all of the money you make is in your pocket. My parents wasn't making me pay rent. You know, they was paying my phone bill, they was paying my car note, car insurance. Like, I think I was paying for gas maybe, but they were paying for everything. Everything that I was pocketing was mine. So I was able to do all this stuff for girls and this, that, and the third. And then you start getting older, and then it hits you, and you see everybody around you just kind of like pass you by, right? Like people getting new cars and they moving out of their parents' crib and they're going on vacation. At this point, I have never been out of Los Angeles. Really, I mean, maybe we went to down south to a family reunion a couple times, but I don't think I've been on a plane. I don't think I've, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting left in the dust. And I'm sitting back and I'm just like, I wasted all this time trying to impress women, and now I'm left behind. Right now you start getting older, and now you got all these dudes to compete with. Like, I'm living at my mama crib. I can't compete with a dude that got his own crib, his own apartment. Like, I can't compete with that, right? And so all these girls, and they want these dudes with all this money and this and that. I'm working at Ross as a security guard, right? I've been here for 3 years, and you know, I've been doing that. I was in school at the time too. Right, I was in school, I was hooping and stuff like that, playing basketball, but you know, it made me, I was just like, man, like, this is bad. Like, I literally wasted so much time. Like, I could have been stacking my bread, I could have been, you know, doing this and that and the third, like. And so that's when reality hit me, and it all became real. And it's like, I let women hold me back, right? And now I can't even compete, right? I can't even compete. So now I'm like, okay, what do I do now? And that's when reality hit, and that's when I realized, like, I need to make a change, right? And so I remember it was the end of basketball season. Coach said, hey, you coming back next year? No, sir. I gotta lock in, focus. Cause I can't really make no real money for real. Like, I can't work that much because, you know, I got practice, I got games, I got schoolwork, right? I can't, you know, I'm working barely. So, you know, I stopped hooping, got in my bag, graduated, and I guess, you know, the rest is history. And we're still, you know, we're still growing and everything like that. But, you know, I think, like I said, right, I try not to regret. I mean, this is only, like, if I had to pick something, that's what it would be, because I think it held me back. It set me back so much. But now that, you know, we're here, I can look back and say, like, that was a really bad time for me. You know, it's like, the best advice that I got is, you know, you shouldn't chase women because they're always going to be there. They're not going anywhere. Like, trust me, they're not going anywhere. And obviously this shouldn't be your mindset. Like, the things you do shouldn't be for women, it should be for yourself. But if that is what you wanted, working on yourself is the best way to achieve that, because they're attracted to money or a man that's stable. You know, and it's natural for women to float towards stability because eventually they're gonna want kids, they're gonna want their own family, and they want to make sure that they're with somebody that could be able to handle that load, to be able to take care of them. And that's understandable, right? And so if you can't be that guy, you're gonna have a hard time, right? But yeah, that's my little rant for today. But if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. Comment, you know, if you have any regrets, or if you agree with me or disagree with what I said. I'd love to have a conversation about it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell, do all that, and I'm gonna see you all in the next video.